Hello and welcome again to Tea and Stories with Zena Peters, my new book Dancing in the Moonlight. And as I previously said, it covers a multitude of themes that are involved in our lives, the human condition, and how we move forward with things that sometimes we find really impossible to approach. It's about bravery, love, and overcoming, and faith, and how we address those issues in our lives that sometimes are just too kind of difficult to even consider. And also the supernatural paths that some people think are too difficult to take, but actually help us. So here we go, page 2. I used to come here as a child and crouch down as my eyes travelled around the great hall, while father carved wondrous shapes into the yew hedge, standing back occasionally, his pipe in his mouth, to survey his work. The medieval hammer-beam roof must be creaking, and its red brick cladding groaning at the sights and sounds that pulse now through its richly carved panelling. The Ravensbridge house treasure hunt, as infamous now as Rhea herself, promises a coveted prize, usually an antiquity that has been handed down through the centuries. I pull a bit closer to the house, so that I can see the stained glass window of the hall throw its myriad coloured lights across the faces and shapes of the fortunate glittering guests, laughing in high-pitched voices as their coats are taken by the butler, bowing endlessly as the steady stream of glory hunters stalk their way around the panelled walls, halls and apartments. A wing has been added, specifically for the purposes of party throwing, courtesy of Rhea Magdalene, whose crass and churlish streak is finely imprinted on its character. The patio is grand but gaudy, with flashing lights that would mesmerise the most sober, and slate tiles fanning out, providing a platform to dance on. Red leather patio furniture, complete with garish cushions, hug one corner of the patio, but the saving grace is that it is enclosed by a beautifully carved stone balustrade on which stand majestic sculpted vases filled with trailing ferns and roses that fill the air with a thick perfume. Their red and white heads look up to the moon as it sits between the branches of the trees, firing its rays in intermittent shafts that catch wily foxes, badgers, and the like as they scuttle under the safety of the topiary bush and hedge, and scamper towards the end of the house to wait. They know that Trudy the cook will soon be filling the outside boxes with irresistible treats, even though they know the groundsman's gun is always loaded. That's just a little chunk from page 2, and I really would love to introduce you to another chunk of it in my next video. So that's Dancing in the Moonlight, Zena Peters. And as I said in my other little video, if you want things done, ask God and he'll do it for you. Pray. Love you. God bless.